In this video, you'll hear a real sales call with a veteran at 80% who's done everything right, worked with a VSO, and still keeps getting his mental health claim denied. Here's why that happens and what to do about it.
What you're running into here, Brian, with all these things that are denied and then trying to figure out a strategy, how do I get from 80 to 100, right? What you're running into is the VA has a bunch of, it looks like a brick wall for you, but there's doors there. You just got to find them, okay? So what's happening is you're dealing with two different organizations and you don't understand the rules they're playing by. Because here's what happens. We think of the VA as one organization, but they're actually two. Okay, so there's the VBA and the VHA. So the VHA is who you're going to when they send you to the chiropractor or to the psychologist, right? That's the Veterans Health Administration. They're the doctors, right? They're responsible for your care, your treatment, your therapy, your well-being. They'll prescribe you pills, they'll prescribe you CPAP machines, what have you. But they won't write you a Nexus. So then put a pin in that for just a second. Now, when you go and file a claim at the VA, you're actually dealing with the VBA. These aren't doctors. They're not even veterans, usually. They're government employees, or as I like to call them, bureaucrats. Okay? They're regulated by the Code of Federal Regulations, the CFR. That's the rule book at the VBA. The CFR tells the VBA that they've got to see a nexus. Okay, so that's the second time I've said that word. What a nexus means is a connection between two things. That's all that word means. But when you're dealing with the VBA, what they want to know is how is this condition that you're filing for connected to your service. Okay, so there's three ways to get that, and what you've done to get to 80% is primarily direct. There's some secondaries in there that looks like, but how you get direct connections is you had something in your service treatment records, so you went to sick call or had an incident while in active duty, so now it's documented in your STRs, your service treatment records. Then now you've, as a civilian, you've got a current condition. You've been diagnosed with something, problem with like sleep apnea. You got that sleep study done, right? So then you file those, you win them, right? That's a direct connection. You blame it directly on your time in service. Another way is the PACT Act stuff. So Blue Water Navy, PACT Act, Agent Orange, a burn pit registry, all these things, they're acts of Congress. What they do is they allow the VA to presume that the condition was caused by when and where you served. So if you've got a diagnosis of something that's on that list, the PACT Act list, say, if you've got a diagnosis of that, you still got to have a diagnosis. But you have a diagnosis of that, it allows the VA to presume that the condition was caused by when and where you served. All right, so that's the other way to get a lot of direct connections. Where we're at is primarily secondaries. So secondary condition is what you blame on your primaries. Okay, so like for instance, I'm service connected for tinnitus. I had to win tinnitus first. Then I came back and I filed for migraines. My migraines are caused by my tinnitus. So I got service connected for migraines on a secondary basis to the tinnitus. Makes sense? So then your strategy here, especially with a mental health claim, is chronic pain. So for you, it hurts to see. Right? You can't see as well as you used to. It hurts to hear. It hurts to stand. It hurts to sit too long. It hurts to walk. You can't sleep on your right side. You don't get restorative sleep, right? Because you're not sleeping well. So all of these things then end up in kind of a downward spiral, right? They build on each other. So that wears on you mentally. That causes depression and anxiety. So the VA recognizes chronic pain as a mental health claim. What they say is, and this is what the VBA is telling us, according to the CFR, is if the veteran's in chronic pain, it typically leads to isolation because you just don't do as much as you used to, right? You're not as active as you used to be. You're not involved at work. You're not on the softball league or the bowling league or, hanging out, riding motorbikes or whatever you used to do. You're just not doing that as much as you used to. So you sit at home alone, isolated, that leads to depression. Okay, so there's one. Anxiety comes from not being able to do what you used to do as well, but maybe from a financial aspect. Maybe you call out sick to work. Maybe you've had to take a lower paying job because it's easier on the whole body, right? That leads to financial insecurity, which leads to anxiety. So that's how what you're currently service connected for to get to 80% is causing your service connected mental health. So even if you got so if you were to work with us, we would confirm the PTSD diagnosis that the VA gave you, and then we would work to create a package for you that illustrates how the depression and anxiety came to be. And it's all because of your service-connected disabilities. So now you won't get that from going to your psychologist at the VA, because remember, it's the VHA. They won't write you a Nexus. Now, could you win a mental health claim without this package from me? Yes, absolutely. You got about a 50-50 shot. So you could file it, win it, on your own, on the basis of everything that you've done and everything your service connected for. But with buying this package, it increases your odds to over 80%. So it's basically a shortcut. So you go from a 50-50 chance of winning it to an 80-20 chance of winning it, or 90-10, something like that, somewhere around there. So that's where the strategy is. The strategy is using everything, all the work that you've done to get to 80, and leveraging that into a high value claim. So that mental health claim alone could take you from 80 to 100. Now, did I answer your question, or did I do? I kind of got off on a little bit of it. Okay. I want to make sure. So you've been working with a VSO? Okay. So the great thing about a VSO is if you can partner with one, they are worth their weight in gold, right? They advocate for you, they file claims for you, they develop your strategy for you. The bad side of that, I guess a potential downside, is what I think you're running into now, is the VSOs are pretty much limited to what's in your records, what's in your STRs, what's in your VA, what you're being seen and treated for at the VA. That's the only thing they can file. They know the value of a Nexus, but they can't get you one. So they try and they try and they try, and they rely on the VA to do the right thing. Well, the VA is a bureaucracy. So bureaucratic organizations have their own rules. So you need to operate by those rules. So that's where that Nexus letter becomes important. Getting one is important. So what you're doing here, if you purchase the mental health package from VBE, A47, you're actually proving your claim and deciding the strategy, and then putting yourself on offense instead of playing defense. So a lot of times what happens is you file a claim and you're relying on the VA to do the right thing, right? Here you've gone outside the VA system. You've gotten your own private doctor's medical opinion that already proves your claim. So now when you submit it, the VA is in the position of having to disprove your claim. See what I'm saying? It moves you from playing defense to playing offense. How it works is this. So we're all telehealth. Everything's email, phone call, and online. I'm about to, in a few minutes here, I'll send you another link, or I'll send you an email that has a link in it to our webpage. Think it over, talk it over, pray on it. Do some due diligence, whatever you got to do. The link doesn't expire, so I'll send it to you today so you can look at it, but it doesn't matter when you go forward, okay? So then when you do go forward, you'll just create your account on our website. You'll put the mental health evaluation in your cart, and then you'll check out. So the checkout process is exactly like it sounds. It's a web-based credit card transaction, just like you were buying something off of Amazon. Okay. Then after you complete checkout, you're presented with a calendar, so you're able to schedule your telehealth visit with one of my psychologists at a time that's convenient for you. Right? It's a video call. As long as you can talk in private, you can get it done. Just schedule it for a time that's good for you. Then once that consultation is done, it takes my psychologist about 3 to 5 business days or so to write your evidence package. So give them about a week. Then they deliver that to you, and then you take that to your VSO and have him submit the claim. Whole process takes about 3 to 6 weeks to get through from the time you do get started. And then that whole time, I'm your single point of contact. So if you ever have questions, Brian, you just hit me up. Text or email, send me a note. Both work, either text or email. Then when you win, you keep everything. So like I said, this claim could potentially take you to 100. So that huge jump in pay that, it'd be like $2,400 for you or more, I don't know. You keep all that, okay? So our company is, I'm in Arkansas, but yeah, go ahead. I gotcha. Yeah, it'd be nice to get those college tuitions taken care of for sure. Okay. Okay. So P&T is interesting. Absolutely. Yeah. So, but what I was going to say on P&T is I want to make sure that your understanding aligns with mine. And what I see is, according to the CFR, P&T is really misunderstood by a lot of veterans. So dependents educational assistance is how it turns up in most veterans when they get a 100% rating, and they say that's P&T. Well, it's not actually. Statutory P&T is a thing. It's at the VA. Those are vets that usually have lost the use of both feet, loss of both hands, or one foot and one hand, or maybe a foot and an eye, or you see what I'm saying? That's statutory P&T. When you get to that point, the VA moves you off their books. They move you to 100 and then move you off their books. So they're never going to reevaluate you again. Right? You're just 100% the rest of your life. Now, what most veterans get is permanent static. Static is a term that the VA uses that doesn't really show up anywhere in our portal on va.gov. But what that means, it shows up as dependents educational assistance. So that means you qualify to have your college tuitions covered, right? But it also means you're static. They're going to move. They're going to do the same thing to you. They're going to move you to 100, move you off your books, off their books, and never going to evaluate you again. Okay. So how you determine static, it's outside of statutory P&T, but what that means is you've got disabilities you're going to die with. That's what it means. Not that you're going to die from them necessarily, but you're correct. And so once they know that, they just move you off the books. So you can absolutely, I would bet, looking at what your service connected for right now, and I can send you a way to find out what your current static disabilities are. So I'll send that to you here in just a few minutes as well. But looking at what your service connected for right now, let me pull that up. Yeah, so I would bet that at least, I know the tinnitus is. Yeah, I would bet everything, I'm not sure about the sleep apnea, but everything else I bet is static. So you're well on your way. You're probably 80% static right now. But I'll send you that link to figure out if you're what disabilities are static. What it is a API call. What happens is I'll send you this link, and you log into your va.gov website, log into your account on va.gov, and then you click this link. And what it does, it pulls up another window, and it shows you everything that your service connected for and everything that's been denied at the VA. And it's pulling from the VA. That's what it's doing. It's a VA API. And then it tells you, tinnitus, and then it'll be a static : true. Or it'll say, something false, static equals false for some other disability. So then you can add up everything that your service connected for and say, I'm at 80% static right now. And then the mental health claim would take you to 100. So then you'd qualify for that DEA, and then you'd be able to get those tuitions covered. You got it? Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll send you 2 emails. One is the link to our website, so you can take a look at that. And then I'll send you this other email, how you can look up your static disabilities. If you ever have any questions, Brian, just hit me up, okay? Send me a text, send me an email, whatever you got. Okay. All right, sir. Thank you for the time today. Have a good day, rest of your day. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. That veteran is 80%. He's been dealing with a VSO, and he's done a good job. He's got a list as long as your arm of things that he has been denied for, and he was concerned about the strategy of going for mental health. He's been denied mental health. He's in mental health treatment at the VA and still been denied. So at the top of the call, I basically laid out for him why he was denied. Right? There's no nexus there. So if he decides to go forward with us, we'll get him the nexus, probably take him to 100. And then on the back end of that, he was concerned about, he's got 2 college tuitions he's paying for. So getting to the 100% P&T, or at least 100%. So he had said P&T specifically, but if he gets to 100% in the state that he lives in, he's going to be able to get those college tuitions covered, or at least a portion of them.